Hi there, my name is Mrs. Sheffield and I have been a teacher for 15 years and I would like to share with you today one of the things that I've learned over time, especially working with little kids. That's different than working with older kids because little ones don't know how to self-regulate and they haven't learned how to handle certain things. And so this is what I've been using in my kindergarten classroom and will be using in my preschool to help the kids when they get through some very strong emotions. Before I show you my 3 breathing ideas, and I already shared on Instagram, so if you already saw it, you already know, but I want to explain each of them, how to do them and how to teach them. But before I do that, I want to mention how important it is to teach before the moment. What I mean, do not wait till in the moment to teach them these breathing habits. I learned that lesson where I'm trying to help a child calm down who's and crying a lot and having a very hard time, but they're so in the moment, they're not able to learn this breathing technique. And what I should have done was teach it before they were in this hyperventilation stage. So I'm going to show you these 3. Teach them as a whole class. It's not going to hurt the whole class to learn how to self-regulate, how to breathe, and how to calm themselves down. So even though you might not use it with most of your class, they can all learn the skill and they might even be able to set an example for that other child. And I believe full-heartedly that any child can help another child through a situation if they know how to do it. So, because we all work together in a classroom. The teacher works with the students work with the teacher, and the students work with each other. So, okay, so here are my 3 things that I teach students on how to breathe to help them calm down. The first one is my favorite, just because I think it's so silly to learn. I tell my students to breathe in through their nose, but this is how I would say, okay, today we're going to practice smelling. So let's practice smelling. So we're going to breathe in really deep. We're going to breathe through our nose really deep. We're going to take a deep breath. Ready? And then we would come up with ideas. What are we smelling? So I'm smelling a rose. Taking a deep breath. Did that smell good? Yes, it did. Okay. What else can we smell? Ooh, chocolate. Let's smell chocolate. Oh, that was a good deep breath. Did it smell good? Yes, it did. And then after doing a couple smell good ones, I'll be like, okay, now let's smell a diaper. You ready? Baby diaper. Here we go. Oh, that was a deep breath. Stinky, that did not smell good. Right? So you have some fun with it. And then you would come up with other ones. And then you just do the back and forth. Okay, practice breathing. A good smelling one, a bad smelling one. But no matter what, we don't know what we're smelling. So every time we breathe, we're going to breathe in deep through our nose. Get a nice good smell, a nice good whiff, and then we decide if it was good or bad smelling. That just practices the deep breath, okay? And you want to do this multiple times. It's not something you just do one time. We're talking kids here. Even adults need to be taught multiple times. So you're going to practice this every day. So that way they learn how to breathe. Okay, now we got the breath in, but now we need to get it out. And a lot of times we need to calm down to breathe so we're not hyperventilating like that. And so we want a deep breath, but then we want to blow it out through our mouth. Okay, so what I tell my students is that we're going to blow out a candle. So we're going to go real slowly, but you can also do bubbles. I did think about that one over the summer with my little preschooler. I guess she's a toddler, but almost a preschooler. So anyways, you would say something like, okay, let's blow out the candle really slow, or let's blow bubbles, because you blow bubbles slowly. So we would breathe in deep, and they would blow. And I put my hand up so they can feel their hand. And I say, you want to feel your breath here. Ready? Okay, let's practice that again. We're going to take a deep breath. We're going to breathe in flowers. Ready? Now blow out your mouth and feel it here. Ready? Blow out your bubbles, or blow out your candle, or blow your bubbles. Ready? Choose which one. I wouldn't alternate between candles and bubbles, but you could. Like I said, I've always done candles, but now that I've been with my little one, I'm like, oh, bubbles might be a fun one. So a better one because it slows down your breathing. But that's one idea that I use. So take a deep breath. So I'll say, okay, smell it. So when they're hyperventilating, when they're strong in emotion, when they're out of control, I will simply say, okay, smell your rose. Now blow your bubbles. put your hand here. And if their hand doesn't move, I will very carefully, softly lift their hand up so they can feel it. Okay, ready? And help them through that breathing process. Okay, that's number one. Number two that I like to do is expand and relax. So I'm going to take my chest and I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to expand it. Take it, fill it full of air, and then I'm going to push it out and bring my hands together. So I'm going to expand, fill with air, and then push out that air. Okay, so this is helping them feel it in their chest, not feeling their breath here. Okay, so we're going to feel it in our chest. So we'll just practice like that. Okay, put a lot of air into your chest and we'll go expand, make a big balloon. Now blow it out. Make a big balloon, expand, and blow it out. Okay, so that's another option. Again, teach this before they're in their moment. They know how to do it. They see the actions and they're like, okay, I know what my teacher wants me to do. She wants me to breathe like this. Okay, figure out which one helps that child in that moment, because not everything works for every child. So you gotta have a couple options. Okay, so 1, 2, now 3. Now the third one that I like to do is supposed to help relax. And the reason why I do that is because they can actually feel the relaxation in their hand. And I'm the one that will do their hand motion while they're breathing, and as they get older or they understand how to do it, then they can do it themselves. So I would teach this as a whole class again. They can all learn how to do this, and then in that moment, as the teacher, I will help that child with their hand if that's the one that's going to work for them. Or even a friend could help a child and say, let me see your hand, let me see your hand, let me see your hand. Okay, now let's breathe. So this is what I do, flat hand like this, but I'll put it up here. I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to draw circles on the thumb. So you can practice that as a class, right? Draw circles. While we're drawing circles, we're going to breathe in. Ready? Deep breaths. Now we're going to push it out. So my hand's like this, and we're going to push out that air. And I'm going to put pressure down their hand like that. It's just a different feeling. The first one's soft, 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 soft. The second one is a little bit of pressure. Feel that air go out, okay? So once again, teacher can do the hand, student can practice doing it together. That's a classroom activity that you can do. It literally just takes a minute. You say, okay, everyone, the partner next to you, grab their hand, ready, and here we go. We're gonna draw circles, and we're gonna push out the air. Okay, so they can do that with each other, then practice it on their own hand as well. Okay, so again, breathe in. Now blow out. Okay, help them relax like that. Those are 3 simple, easy breathing tricks that you can use in your classroom to help a child self-regulate, calm down, get them to a state of mind where they can listen to you, because when they are going crazy or very intense emotions, they're not comprehending what you're going, and that's frustrating for teachers and for other kids, but they haven't learned how to get out of that yet, and they need a little bit of help. So there are 3 ideas. I hope that helps you in your classroom. Don't forget to teach them before it happens. This is one of those classroom management skills. Do it before the problem arises. Have a great school year.